Good morning. So we are in week 4, part 2 of our Calm in the Chaos devotionals. And our scripture today comes from Genesis 37:18 through 24. I'm going to go ahead and read it for us. It says, "They saw him from a distance, and before he came near to them, they conspired to kill him. They said to one another, 'Here comes this dreamer. Come now, let us kill him and throw him into one of the pits. Then we shall say that a wild animal has devoured him. We shall see what will become of his dreams.' But when Reuben heard it, he delivered him out of their hand, saying, 'Let us not take his life.' Reuben said to them, 'Shed no blood, throw him into this pit here in the wilderness, but lay no hand on him, that he might rescue him out of their hand and restore him to his father.' So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe, the long robe with sleeves that he wore, and they took him and threw him into a pit. The pit was empty. There was no water in it." So Pastor Rebecca gave us a little bit of background that may make a little bit more sense to you of where we're jumping into this story here. So if you've not watched Pastor Rebecca's video on Tuesday, I encourage you to go back and watch it. It's on our Facebook and our website, so go ahead and do that. But today we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening here. So we see that these brothers are not a huge fan of their brother. He is kind of favored by the father, and therefore they're just tired of it, and they want nothing to do with him. So they want to kill him first, and then the oldest brother, Reuben, decides to say, whoa, let's back up a little. And they want to then just throw him into the well, make him suffer a little. He'll die from starvation. There's no water in there. He'll die eventually. It will be a slow, gruesome death, but we're done with him. And Reuben stops that from happening, and later, I encourage you to continue reading the story, and many of us know that he ends up getting out of the well, but into a whole new chaotic life. He gets sold into slavery. He gets accused of doing some obnoxious thing with his owner's wife. He then gets put into jail and has to go through this whole craziness to get out of jail, and then ends up being the right hand to the Pharaoh. So throughout all this chaos, we get to see someone be completely faithful in God the entire time. He was gifted with his ability to have these visions during his dreams of the future. And because of that, he was able to show God's glory and prepare God's kingdom for what was going to come. And I think that a lot of our chaos comes from those right around us. We need to start looking at what we're putting ourselves into. What environment are we surrounding ourselves with? It can be the people. It can be the literal environment. It can be your coworkers. It can be just the stress you are having. When we put ourselves into these environments, when we find ourselves in these environments, sometimes we don't even have an option. It can cause a lot of chaos in our lives. And that is what happens here in our story. The environment, he was not a chaotic person. He was not. But the environment around him led him into this humongous chaotic time. However, we see throughout that he's all right. He's not giving into the chaos. And Pastor Lisa, I hope she will go a little bit further into this with us, of that the chaos may be there, but when we are being steadfast with God, when we continue our faith, good things will come. It will be okay. It can be the most chaos we've ever seen, which I don't know if anyone has this much chaos. It was pretty crazy. I mean, he had a lot going on. It can be the most we have ever seen, but the one thing that will keep us sane during it, the one thing that will bring us calm during it, is the presence of God. I hope you join with us Saturday with Pastor Lisa and continue to tune in every week for our Calm in the Chaos devotionals. Have a wonderful day.